Xbox fans aren't used to getting such interesting news, especially on days like today, but I thought this was very interesting because it really goes against the narrative that a lot of PlayStation fanboys have kind of put out there in regards to Xbox. So I kind of wanted to get into that before too long, because I feel like this is something that needed to be addressed, and it needed to be addressed for quite a long time now. And it's just nice to see that people are kind of getting out there and saying, hey, this isn't true, and what Microsoft is doing is definitely something that can help the industry and help Xbox prove that, they aren't as bad as people like to make them out to be. So I think that's the smart thing to kind of talk about or whatever. So yeah, this is one of those videos I'm sure that a lot of you will get some use out of, or the few that actually watch it or whatever. Hoping for the best. And, at the end of the day, I can only do the videos that I can, and, if people aren't receptive for whatever reason, then I guess that's, I can go back to the drawing board or whatever. So we'll see what happens. With that being said, I wanted to get into this. So what is one of the things that people say about Xbox when they're buying a new studio or something, right? A lot of them go, you know what? Xbox ruined studios. They do this, the studios put out bad games after that, and et cetera, et cetera. So we see this type of thing all the time, and it's certainly unfortunate. For me personally, I just got to say, it's unfortunate. Not only is it unfortunate, but it's outright wrong. This isn't the Xbox of, 15 years ago. This is the new regime, and I think they've done very well of being kind of hands-off, but just giving resources and time and money and things like that. So obviously Call of Duty is a franchise that, it's been up, it's been down, it's been kind of all around. It's celebrating 20 years later this month. The first entry launched, such a long time ago. And to be honest with you, it launched in October of 2003. Now, what's funny about this is they did a chance to interview President Rob Kostich about the company's largest IB, arguably the biggest in all of AAA gaming alongside Grand Theft Auto. And they talked about a wide range of topics, including the acquisition by Microsoft. And, although it looks like it's going to be approved this upcoming week. And he said, as we've said previously, the deal is good for the industry and will bring more games to more players in terms of access and resources. Being able to tap into Microsoft's technology and suite of tools would benefit our teams to create even greater, more immersive experiences for our players. Ultimately, it's about bringing our development teams' creative visions to life in this hyper-competitive environment. The prospect of joining Microsoft is an extraordinary opportunity for our team and players, and we look forward to an outcome soon. He also hinted at Activision learned from the past that present and future settings simply work better for Call of Duty. I think we've done a lot of Call of Duty games in the future. We probably went as far there as we possibly could. We made some of the games in the past. You start to see the sweet spot over time and what really resonates with the community. You see things like Modern Warfare and Black Ops franchises are very popular. We've certainly had some other games that have done really well, like the original World War II game from Sledgehammer in 2017 did really, really well as well, but it's a balance. I think most importantly that we feel that we actually need to provide good differentiated experience, good things for people to get in and feel like they're experiencing new kinds of fun. The challenge is when you go into World War II or even earlier, there's less flexibility when you're trying to maintain a somewhat realistic tone, which is important in Call of Duty. Once you get into the modern era, you have a lot more flexibility. You get into the future a little bit, there's even more flexibility in what you can do with weapons. So obviously, just the other day, Activision shared that the official multiplayer trailer for Modern Warfare 3, the full reveal, will take place during the Call of Duty showcase. Again, PlayStation will get a, we'll get like an exclusive thing. So this is so funny to me, right? So you guys might remember, and I covered a lot of the FTC trial and things like that and listened to a lot of it. Well, what was funny to me about that whole situation was the fact that so many people were kind of on the FTC side, and the lawyers and stuff were like, oh, well, what happens if Microsoft buys Call of Duty and then they give themselves an exclusive skin, a Christmas skin, a Santa Claus skin that you can't get on PlayStation? And, it was so funny to me because PlayStation has been getting like this exclusive content like crazy from Call of Duty. So yeah, like I thought that was like a nonsense type of argument, because that's exactly what Sony's been doing, and you don't hear anybody really complaining about it. Xbox is still around, Xbox is still kicking. So yeah, it's like, to me, that was like a whole bunch of nonsense. And if anything, gamers will be able to not have to worry about not getting something from a different platform, because Microsoft's not going to play that game. They've repeatedly said, they don't believe in, keeping like stuff like that off of other things. So I do think that, they're definitely going to keep that as something that is going to be on everything going forward. And then also like the Game Pass aspect of it. I think the whole holdup was the Game Pass aspect. But the fact that you got a developer saying, hey, we can get even better with Microsoft and what they have to offer us, I think that is the key takeaway from this, at least in my opinion, because at the end of the day, that is what you want to do. If you're Microsoft, you want to be able to help these companies out as much as possible, and I think that is exactly what they aim to do with this. Now, will they actually do that? I think that remains to be seen, but hopefully we see something along those lines relatively quickly, because Microsoft definitely has a lot of people to kind of go out there and prove one way or the other kind of what's going on. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. I think that the things that we've sort of seen from all of this, but at the end of the day, I think it really kind of comes down to what Microsoft has to offer these developers. So that's, I think, going to be the interesting part to all of this. And I want to see them do well for as a longtime Xbox fan, just simply because they've struggled for such a long time, and it's really been something that people want to write them off. Right? They want to write them off no matter what. It's like, oh man, Microsoft sucks, or Microsoft this or that, and I feel like that is just such a hyper negative, and then they try to make it like a cut and dry situation, and I just don't believe that at all. I think Microsoft has a lot they can offer to gaming. Clearly they're my favorite developer or whatever, and yeah, they've had some things that didn't exactly go their way, but I think all that stuff is behind them now. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys think, though. Do you guys think that Call of Duty can improve under Microsoft? I think that in a lot of ways, even stuff like using Azure, like the servers for what they're trying to do, I think that can do tremendous things going forward for them. So we'll see if that's actually the case or not. I tend to kind of look at this and I go, listen, Microsoft has done some phenomenal things in the past, and I don't see why their brightest days aren't ahead of them with the future or whatever. So hopefully that can be the case. I'm really looking forward to seeing what gamers kind of have to say about this in the long run. I think Modern Warfare 3 looks great. Going back and playing the Modern Warfare 2 maps on the multiplayer, I think is a really smart idea, because play up the nostalgia end of things. So with that being said, I'm Crap Gamer. This has been Crap Gamer Reviews. Let me know how you guys think about it. Please watch the video, like the video, rack them up, fact them up, Crap Gamer them up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.